They sacrificed its people to their dark gods, and any who managed to flee were driven into the freezing wilderness. The Empire seemed powerless to stop the Chaos Horde, and many feared that the end of the world was at hand. But in the Empire's darkest hour, a nobleman from the south named Magnus rallied the people of the Empire to resist the invaders, uniting the warring Elector Counts in the process. The Imperial army marched to the rescue of the Kislevite capital, fighting Kul's army in a massive battle outside the city walls. Joined by mighty heroes from all across the land, Magnus defeated Kul in single combat, and the Chaos Horde was scattered to the winds. Blessed by the gods and heralded as the true Emperor, Magnus returned to Nuln in triumph. But even as the old world celebrated Magnus's victory, the Dark Gods were planning their revenge. The life of a wood elf is one of tireless service to the great forest of Athel-Loren, protecting it from those who would do it harm. Sometimes, however, it happens that a young Azrai is born with an urge to wander. An overpowering curiosity and a desire for adventure that will not be denied. Known as the Windborn, these wood elves can be vexing to their elders, but have the potential to become great rangers if their adventurous nature is properly harnessed. And so young Windborn are given leave to wander the wide world for a short period of time, no more than 100 years, to see all they can of the wider world before returning to the Athel-Loren and taking up their duties. You had been wandering the old world for little more than a year when you heard the news of Asavar Kul's invasion. A human named Magnus was raising an army to drive back the Horde. It sounded like an epic adventure, the very thing you'd left the Athel-Loren to find. And so you crossed the depths of the Great Breakvault to find the Imperial army. That night, you slipped into the army camp and made your way to Magnus's tent, where you offered your services as a scout. Impressed by your skill, Magnus accepted and made you a part of his growing retinue. Thus began your first great adventure, guiding the growing human army across the Empire and into the frozen lands of the North. The great battle outside the walls of Kislev was more terrible than you could have imagined. You kept close to Magnus during the fight and joined him in the heroic charge that slew the Chaos Lord and turned the tide of the battle. After the battle was won and the dead put to rest, you returned with Magnus to the city of Nuln, where a hero's welcome awaited you. But the noise and bustle of the human city has begun to wear on you, and the urge to wander has taken hold again. As the sun sets over Nuln, you wonder if the time has come to leave the city and seek a new adventure elsewhere. It was an age of lawlessness and despair, a time of dark magic, treachery, and war. It is a night made for witchery and evil deeds, and across the city, guardsmen clutch their weapons tightly and count the hours until the dawn. Sleep is hard to come by on a night such as this. The air is tense, and memories of the battle at Kislev leave you restless and on edge. Suddenly, a peal of thunder shatters the stillness, followed by a howling wind that shakes the tower to its foundations. Foul magic curdles the air, and screams echo in the courtyard outside. The tower is under attack.
Something's happening in the courtyard. If it's trouble, the guards might need help. And Oak, the enemy is here. I must get to the throne room and protect Magnus.
Thanks, Sigmar, you're here. There's monsters everywhere. The tower's being overrun.
I'll deal with them. You have my oath on it. Where is Magnus?
Upstairs in the throne room. There's armor in a chest by the stairs.
As you reach the throne room, the air seethes with foul magic. A Chaos Sorceress stands before the throne, and Magnus, the savior of the Empire, is caught within her spell. There is only one thing left to do. Shouting an oath to the gods of the forest, you ready your blades and rush to save the future Emperor. By the time you regain your senses, the battle is over. The Sorceress is gone, leaving you and Magnus for dead. The shouts of angry men fill the throne room. But these are not guardsmen. They are witch hunters, the Empire's feared inquisitors, led by none other than the infamous Heinrich Voss. You are under arrest for the murder of the Emperor Magnus, Voss declares. You try to tell him about the sorceress, but Voss refuses to listen. I see no sorceress here, he shouts. Only you and a room full of dead men. Confess your crimes, elf, Voss threatens. We will have the truth from you one way or another. After a week in the dungeons, you'll tell me everything I want to know. But before the witch hunter could make good on his threat, a commanding voice filled the room. Stop this madness at once! Teclis, Lawmaster of the High Elves, regards Voss coldly. Alessa has told you the truth, he said. It is you who have refused to listen. Teclis examines Magnus in silence. He lives, thank the gods, the High Elf says at last. But he is in the grip of a powerful curse. It is only a matter of time before he succumbs. No one outside this room must know what happened here. If the people learn that Magnus has fallen, then everything he fought for will have been for nothing. The fate of the Empire lies in our hands. We must find this sorceress and end the curse before it's too late. If Magnus dies, the Empire dies with him. There are dark...
There is...
I saw you...
What is your...
The attack... Your first...
I'm not afraid of man.
I need to prepare myself for that.
How long have I been streaming? Yeah, you know that one game I was telling you about that's like Diablo 3? I got it because it was on sale and it literally is just Diablo 3 except Warhammer. I'm on the YouTube. That Reggie and Jalen and I stream on.
Hunted
I think 2.
There is...
Oh no, I just sent that message recently, so it wasn't that long. I've just been vibing in the call and playing this game because it finally got done. Dark Company. Yeah, fun fact, I'm not black though, so. Oh, you wanna play some Fighter Z? I promise I'll teach you and not, like, just keep killing you. That there'd be no reason to do that. If I wanted to do that, I'd try to learn against Jalen, and we just kill each other over and over again. Yeah. I haven't played the story for that much at all. I just walked around. Oh no, I played the shit out of Legends mode. But story, like the base game, I only like went around and did the collectible stuff. I never actually did the story. Yeah, it's mega mind, huh? I'm saving the best part for last. Maybe Dark Company 11. No. Who am I kidding? I could just send you a link or something. Alright. That's awesome.
I don't have the energy.
Oh. I thought it was Dark Company. My bad. Oh no.
I must first recharge my energy.
Wow, thanks for supporting the channel. I can't believe it.
The Lord is too weak. I don't have the energy. My link with Athelloren is too... I must first recharge my energy. My link with Athelloren is too weak.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
I must first recharge my energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, my entire build was just running around with a melee weapon. So, yeah, I run around with a melee weapon and do the like insta-kill stuff, and then when that doesn't work, I just use a Molotov. Unironically. Like, that is my entire, that's how I got through the game. That was my entire shtick. I think I'm like 4 or 5 missions out of the tutorial mission where you have to go your bike back. Like full missions. The last thing I remember is fixing up the base after you go out to find the stuff to fix it.
I don't have the energy.
Huh.
My link with Ethel Lauren is too weak.
Well, mission over.
My link with Ethel Lauren is too weak.
Definitely just restart the game at that point.
I must first recharge my energy.
Damned cop. They took.
That's pretty good. Just don't get too far into it. Well, I just don't get too far into where you spend real life money to get the characters. Because their entire system is predatory if you try to do that. I mean, it still technically is, because you're essentially forced to spend a lot of money to get the new characters or a specific character that you want. But if you're just playing the game to play the game, no, I haven't gotten any of the new characters, and I've rolled 42 times total. So that's how it be. I didn't spend any money, but I play the game very casually. I'm still not even the level where I can play the game with Jay. So yeah, Jalen plays the hell out of the game. I don't know about Reggie, but he didn't play it a lot a while ago.
I'm not afraid of men.
You have to be like level 15 or 16 to play with other people, by the way. Well, assume 3 levels in an hour after level 6. So 2 to 3 levels in an hour and a half.
It is as we...
It's not we.
Do you read the text? Maybe it'll only take you like 4 hours if you skip every cutscene. I don't read anything about the game. Story doesn't really mean much to me. It got really, really, really boring. It's one of like the generic anime manga storyline things where it's like, oh shit, you suddenly have to do this thing, huzzah! And then, you know, get insanely powerful to beat the shit out of your brother. Ah ha ha. Do you want to be anime boy or do you want to be anime girl? You get generic MC1, which is boy, or you get generic MC2, which is girl. And then after that, you get characters specifically from the story, like you get them by playing through the main story. And then you can also roll